Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. Buried treasure is one of those things that sounds like it only exists in stories. But throughout history, valuable objects, coins, jewelry, crowns, have often been either deliberately buried or just lost to the ages. Let us look at the 10 most incredible treasures found recently. Number 10. 330-year-old Spanish treasure. Finding treasure in your backyard is very hard, and most people aren't that lucky. But when you spend your life looking for treasures, then you are bound to find something that can change your life. A family of treasure hunters found more than $1 million worth of gold artifacts off the coast of Florida. Eric Schmitt, a professional salvager, was scavenging with his parents when he found the crumpled, square-shaped ornament on a leisure trip to hunt for artifacts in the wreckage of a convoy of 11 ships that sank in 1715 during a hurricane off of Central Florida's east coast. After the discovery in 2014, a team of Spanish historians realized the piece fit together with another artifact recovered 25 years ago. It formed an accessory called a pyx, worn on a chain around a high priest's neck to carry the communion host. The dollar value is uncertain, but estimates were around $1 to $2 million. Not only that, but they also found gold coins worth more than $500,000 in the same shipwreck. Maybe it's time we change our profession to treasure hunting.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it. It really works.
Number 9. TIPU Sultan's treasure. Wrapped in a newspaper and forgotten in the corner of a dusty attic in a townhouse in the English county of Berkshire, a couple discovered a hoard of highly valuable gold-encrusted swords and guns from the legendary pillaged armory of Tipu Sultan. Tipu was an 18th century Muslim leader who took on the might of the East India Company and was one of the most feared soldiers in the subcontinent. In 1799, the Duke of Wellington's forces defeated Tipu Sultan in the final battle of the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War between the East India Company and the Indians. The collection of unique and valuable artifacts discovered in the Berkshire attic was originally stolen from the Tipu Sultan's palace and brought back to England by Major Thomas Hart of the East India Company. The artifacts were passed down through his family and now belong to a couple who have kept them wrapped in newspaper in their dusty attic. This 220-year-old treasure was worth millions when it was auctioned. Number 8. The Silverdale Hoard. This spectacular collection of Viking silver was discovered in mid-September 2011. It is the third largest collection of Viking silver found to date, and was unearthed by a keen metal detectorist near the village of Silverdale in North Lancashire. It had been buried for more than 1,000 years. Most of the pieces were contained in a lead pouch. The survival of this container is, in itself, a rare occurrence that adds significance to the find. The Silverdale Hoard comprises silver items including arm rings, coins, ingots, and chopped-up pieces of silver known as hack silver. Alongside the lead, the pouch is a couple of fragments of lead and iron and one silver-plated base metal coin, a contemporary fake. The hoard is believed to have been deposited at approximately the same time as the Quairdale Hoard, in 905 AD, meaning it is around 1,100 years old. It will never be known why this prized collection was left behind, but the original owner's loss is certainly our gain. The hoard reveals the truly international nature of Viking society, with coins minted as far away as current-day Baghdad in Iraq. Number 7. St. Albans Hoard. In September 2012, a middle-aged man, Wesley Carrington, went into a shop in the English town of Berkhamsted and bought a beginner's metal detector. He then went out to hunt for coins on a farm field. What Carrington found was one of the largest hoards of Roman gold coins ever found in Great Britain. It included 159 Roman solidi, which date back to the late 4th century AD. This was when the Roman occupation of Britain ended. The coins were struck during the reigns of Emperors Gratian, Valentinian II, Theodosius I, Arcadius, and Honorius, and they were far more valuable than the typical silver and bronze Roman coins. During the 4th century AD, St. Albans was the important Roman town of Verulamium, and the coins are now displayed at the Verulamium Museum. The value of these coins was estimated to be $100,000. Number 6. SS Gersopa. Over the centuries, the hunt for sunken treasure has captured imaginations and inspired dreams of adventure and discovery. In 2013, 61 tons of bullion from the SS Garisoppa, a British cargo ship that sank in 1941 about 300 miles off the Galway coast, served to underline the riches still awaiting discovery in the dark depths of the oceans. Odyssey Marine, the Florida-based specialists in deepwater exploration and salvage, recovered almost 100% of the insured silver from the ship. In a series of recovery operations that began in 2012, the company has recovered 2,792 silver bars from the ship, weighing over 1.8 million troy ounces. All of the bars are of 0.999 high-purity silver and stamped with the brand HM Mint Bombay. In 1941, the treasure was insured at $1.3 million, which is now worth $75 million. Number 5. Clean Crew's Find. How often is it that an ocean cleanup crew finds a treasure while trying to clean the mess made by other humans? A crew in New Zealand was doing community work when they found 900 gold coins lying on the ocean floor, which was not too deep. There was no shipwreck, so it was assumed that the coins must have fallen from a pirate ship while it was trying to battle a storm. No value was assigned to the coins, but the crew organizer said that some of the 900 coins were of some value. The crew members were actually getting paid from their own pockets. The Earth decided to award them for taking care of the planet. A crew member said that the coins will be sold and the money from them will be used to pay off for the cleanup job. Among the other items discovered on the seabed were 577 cans, 116 glass bottles, a clothes iron, clothing, cash cards, cow bones, and a bong. It was the group's second tidy-up in 2 weeks. The dive team organizes the cleanups regularly to support the health of the harbor. New Zealand really is a land of dreams. Number 4. Staffordshire Hoard. On July 5, 2009, Terry Herbert, an amateur treasure hunter, was searching a newly plowed farm field near Hammerwich, Staffordshire, England, when his metal detector pinged. With the permission of the landowner, after only 5 days of digging, 3,500 objects were pulled from the ground. They were part of what came to be called the Staffordshire Hoard. It is comprised solely of military objects, with no vessels or eating utensils or jewelry. It included over 11 pounds of gold, 3 pounds of silver, and semi-precious garnets. The garnets would have come from as far away as Sri Lanka or Afghanistan. The objects were most likely created during the 6th and 7th centuries. At that time, the location was part of the Anglo-Saxon kingdom of Mercia. It's possible that the hoard was buried in 875 AD, when the area came under attack by Vikings. The hoard was valued at $3.8 million. Number 3. 2,000-year-old gold spiral. If you think finding gold coins is fascinating, wait till you hear about the time when some weird 2,000-year-old gold spirals were found. This discovery was made in Denmark. Finding gold in Boeslund, Denmark, is no huge surprise. It's known as an area where Bronze Age gold offering is often uncovered. But the discovery was unlike anything else, and it puzzled even the greatest archaeologists. Thousands of tightly wound gold wires, each one about 1 inch long, that together made up more than half a pound of solid gold, which seems to have been buried in a wooden box lined with fur, which has long since disintegrated. Fascinatingly, no one's quite sure how these tiny wires were actually used. The museum calls it a little mystery in its press release about the find, which dates back from around 900 BC. But researchers do have some guesses. Some propose that they were decorations meant to invoke the power of the sun on the clothing of a priest or king. They had some weird taste. And with that, it's now time for today's subscriber pick. Today's photo was sent to us by a subscriber. If you come across a photo online and want to know more details about it, just send it over to us. We might even feature it on a future video. Number 2. Roman coins. For 1,800 years, the story of the lost British emperor who defied ancient Rome has been merely a footnote in history books. Carausius was a brave soldier, but his seizure of power and 7-year reign over Britain and much of Gaul have largely been forgotten. But thanks to the astonishing discovery of 52,000 Roman coins in 2010, new light was shed on one of the most raging periods in British history. Hundreds and thousands of coins buried in a gigantic clay jar and weighing as much as 2 men bear the image of Carausius, which shows that they were minted in the 3rd century. The discovery was made by hospital chef Dave Crisp using a metal detector. The 63-year-old unearthed 21 of the coins on a farm near Frome in Somerset. Before realizing the find was so significant, expert help was needed. He called in archaeologists, who set about the delicate task of excavating the site. The hoard was then taken to the British Museum to be cleaned up and recorded. The coins spanned 40 years from AD 253 to AD 293, and the great majority are made from debased silver or bronze. The whole discovery was worth $1 million. Not a bad treasure for an afternoon find, right? Number 1. Shipwreck full of gold. What are the chances of finding a shipwreck in the middle of a desert? Now, imagine the chances of finding a shipwreck full of gold in the middle of a desert. Not much, right? Well, it really happened in Namibia. Diamond miners recently discovered a ship that went down 500 years ago after draining a man-made saltwater lake on Namibia's coast. It was loaded with $13 million worth of gold coins. The miners first found strange pieces of wood and metal on the beach, and then later discovered the shipwreck buried under the sand. On the 6th day, the miners found the treasure chest full of gold. The Bom Jesus was a Portuguese ship that went missing 500 years ago while en route to India. The ship was loaded with Portuguese, Spanish, Florentine, and Venetian gold and silver currencies, swords and knives, clothing, West African ivory tusks, and 44,000 pounds of German copper ingots when it sank at the bottom of the ocean. According to researchers, the ship might have sunk because of too much heavy cargo and bad weather. The treasure chest, however, managed to sink intact to the seabed. That is our list of 10 most incredible treasures found recently. What is the most valuable thing you have found? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.